All right, everybody. I know this is, what is this, Friday night? And it wasn't a overly thoroughly planned live stream, so we won't wait around for people to join. We'll go ahead and just jump right into this, and if you come in late, no biggie. If you watch this later on the recording, that's fine too. It is Friday night, so I hope everybody's enjoying themselves and taking their loved ones out and not spending all their time staring at the screens. All right, so Bitcoin did a fake out right here on this candle. We were expecting this 10.5, 10.4 area to hold here before pushing up to 10.8. We did get a fake out just a little bit deeper to grab some liquidity. Let's see, how much more of a drop was that? So that was a 3.5% drop. So that spooked the market. I'm sure that really spooked some people there. But we did actually end up hitting that 10.8 target absolutely dead on there. So I'm expecting some chop range right here. Maybe it looks like the 8 hour is showing a little bit of struggle, but it hasn't rolled over yet. So I don't want to start ruling. Ooh, that looks ugly. That looks like there might be a little bit of a pullback in that there. On the other hand, 12 hour looks like it wants to cross up. So a little indecision between 8 hour up to daily time frame. I don't think it's overly ready to dump just yet. However, maybe it looks like we're rounding out over the top there. I'm going to hold to that 10.8 so far right now as that resistance. So that's going to be bad for US dollar pairs if Bitcoin holds this rejection under 10.8 and rolls over and drops. I'm not going to make that decision just yet, though. I'm going to give that maybe another 16 hours, 2 more 8 hour candles to see how this 7 day rolls out. If there is another test to that 10.8 area within the next 3 or 4 8 hour candles, next 3 days or so, 2-3 days, then US dollar pairs can still get a little bit of a push. However, the weekly Bitstamp weekly still looks like crap though. So I think we could very well range up here on the until the next weekly candle in 2 days, but we still look pretty bare on the macro level. Still under on the MACD there, so I wouldn't say we got a whole lot of time left. I hope we see a lot more chop and a lot more ranges, because on the next weekly candle we could still kind of bounce around right here on the next weekly candle and then drop maybe midweek or something. I'll take that too, because that still gives US dollar pairs a little bit of time to grab some longs and scalps and all that wonderful stuff. So Ethereum, probably likely the same thing here. I think we were looking for 360s. Looks like 358. Let me see what we got in ETH channel. For some reason that didn't update. Okay, so what are we looking at in the ETH channel? This looks like 363-ish, 371 on the last call, last update or whatever. And looks like we hit about 358, so just shy. But like Bitcoin, we still aren't fully showing a rollover yet, so there may still be one last little rally to come up and grab some liquidity up here for some shorts, fill some shorts, and then drop it on the next weekly candle at the same time. Trap and wreck some early shorters. So I'm not fully convinced yet that Ethereum is done yet. I still think we might crawl up there and test that mid 360s. That's what I'll be looking for. 365-ish maybe would be fine to start looking. Let's see, from 365 to 370 is about 3%. Okay, so that's at a 5x leverage, that's 15% while waiting for that to roll over. So I can live with that. So ETH looks like Bitcoin. Looks pretty rocky. Coinbase. Well, I wanted Bitstamp. And still no real change to this. OBV showing a downtrend here. RSI showing a downtrend. MACD showing a downtrend. Everything showing a downtrend. So this looks very likely, and we still got 3 weeks of price action candles underneath the 7-day. So I think we'll grind on down maybe till spring. I don't know. I don't know how hard they're going to dump this going into the elections. So I'm going to say, let's go ahead and say by November, December, we'll see 240. Really, I mean, it looks like some bulls kind of stepped up here on these wicks to try to hold this up and prop it. But just from the MACD standpoint and the OBV and RSI, I don't see this, I mean, decent volume. I don't see any kind of push to all-time highs there. 2 weeks, 2-week chart hasn't rolled yet. So I'm still, that's why I'm still convinced from the 2-week chart that we're still going to kind of range in this area for a bit longer. So I'm not overly too worried yet about any kind of major drop. 12-hour looks like it's trying to catch a nice little pop up here and kind of just, yeah, so I'm going to hold to that 365, 370 range. I'm not going to get any kind of excited unless bulls claim 390 and reclaim this zone right here. Other than that, I'm going to be looking for some low leverage shorts around here in the mid 360s, 370 range. I just don't see anything right now to get bullish about. All right, dominance. Dominance is really impressive right here. We're still overall in a macro downtrend. Okay, we haven't made a higher low yet. So this could be bullish news for altcoins to get another round of rallies. Look at the daily. Daily did roll over. 12-hour already did roll over. So I'm still low-key thinking that we may catch a higher low and then catch another bounce and then just chopping this range for the rest of the year. Because on the monthly time frame for alts, we still are showing bear, still showing bear. So I think this next candle, let's see, we're here in about 5 days. I think this next candle might get another little pop up. So I think dominance is going to just kind of bounce around and reset itself before the next leg down. So that should put us around, I don't know, December. We should catch another bounce. I think late November, early December, alts catch some nice relief bounces. Then a pullback in January, and then February I think is another pretty good August-like alt season. All right, so let's check out some USD pairs. Real quick like. Okay, so ADA, I think somebody was looking at ADA. It's tapping this resistance. Looks like it's trying to wick just above it there, but not fully. Not fully convinced that this is done yet either. I'd be looking at a high. This might pull back some. I don't know. This might pull back just a little bit and then push up. I mean, it is ADA. So 2 days still showing bull bias. Daily still showing bull bias. I mean, most everything so far is showing bull bias to kind of hang up there with Bitcoin. Stupid little thing there. Nice volume candle though. Look at that volume candle. This was today, so this was earlier this morning or something. This was a nice volume candle to get this push going. So I'm going to go ahead and lean towards still that this is going to test upwards of 11, I might even call it 12 cents to come up and tap up here. Uni. I know Uni was another one that everybody was following pretty heavy. We were looking, I think, let me see when our update was, one of our last updates here. All right, what was our target for Uni that we had? Looks like here's about 560 here, Here's about 612. So we only hit 520. Nope, I'm sorry, 555 roughly. Okay, so that's not too bad. Obviously not going to catch that $6 area, but this is a pretty good little first pump there. Rolling over, going under on 4 hour here. So again, like everything else, I mean, depending on how hard they drop this, we want to see a higher low back around 420. Right here off the bottoms of those candles right there and those wicks right there, that'd be a good target to snag along. Yeah, they're going to grind that down. Look at the hourly. So the hourly is in a slow grind, and it'll likely grind down because the 4 hours in a slow grind, and it'll just chop its way down. Maybe see if it's going to make a higher low right there and catch that other bounce. So I'm not going to take that short because it's 8 o'clock. I'll probably be going to bed soon. However, that does look like a pretty decent opportunity for a low time frame short. Dang, that'd be 50% on a 5x short. So I'd be looking around there, around that 420, 430 mark for uni. All right, so Link real quick. Let's see, Link, we had a $10 minimum target with a high of 12, I believe. Somewhere to tap up there and there in that resistance there. We tapped all the way into 11 too, so we kind of cleared that $10 mark. This doesn't look done yet. I think it might still kind of grind its way up there also. I would probably bank on it coming up and test this big resistance block there before rolling over. So a lot of scalp opportunities in there. And we did absolutely nail the call for the buy zone down at I think it was $7 and $7.24 or something like that, last I remember. And I got stopped out down here on that wick on the Bitcoin pair, so I absolutely missed all 55% of that. And of course, I'm not gonna lie, I totally botched low time frames for a short. See, I think my original short was here. Nope, I'm sorry. Up here. And all I wanted was just a little, I just wanted to retest this support zone right here and then long it. So it was just a small short. For all I wanted was 25% profit to long it on a small pullback and then get that push. And then Bing Bong screwed me up because I had a target price set to at least close my short out at break even because I knew it was going to at least test that short entry. And it didn't close the position, so I woke up and had to manually close it somewhere up here for 20% loss. Thank you, Dick. So now it looks like hourly wants to short, but I'm not going to take that. I'm going to focus on some Tezzies. Bitcoin pair. Thank you, Wick, right there. Thank you. Yep, you stopped me out. Oh, what did Bitcoin pair do? From the bottom, did 45%. So that was about 130% profit. Could have snagged right there. So we're just running through some of these so far, guys, and we'll check out a few Bitcoin pairs because I think Bitcoin pairs might be gearing up for some pretty heavy link type relief bounces before their next legs down also. So Tezzies, monster flat. If you can even really call that a flat. I don't really like putting any kind of chart structures over the entire chart history like that. But I mean, technically it's valid. There's a higher low, and now we nailed another higher low, and proportional angles of the top and the bottom of the flat. So I mean, that technically is valid. Okay, so look at our MACD pulling up there, and our RSI pulling up. Where is our OBV? And look at the OBV trending bull as well. So, not a bad play. Looks like it's not quite rounded on the daily yet. However, it is on the 12-hour. So this may need another day or two. But I'm looking for $3 minimum on this, like a link type push. Now, up to that $3 would be 56% from the bottom. I plan on being out maybe 270, 280 or so. This is a nice big resistance zone right there. So this may kind of chop around right here for another day or so before curling up a little bit more and catching that push, because the daily did cross up here, so we're not looking too bad. If we can just get it over with, that'd be great. Even from current price, let's see, that's 20 to 30%. I'll take that. I got 5x long on it. So that's still about 100 to 150% profit. So I'll take that. That's good for me. And then I'll look to catch like a 10x short at somewhere up here at this resistance zone, like Link did. Nice big run up, and then it dropped at least 10% from that bottom, or from that top rather. So it pumps about 30, almost 40%, catches a 10% pullback. So if it did something similar for Tezzy's, it'd come all the way up to that first target, probably pull back to 240 or something, and then catch the next leg up to 3. I'm just kind of playing that by ear, and I'm just going to swing it. Same for Bitcoin pair, testing a downtrend wedge break. Phalanx is giving a buy signal, MACD is crossing up, and I'm looking for also 25 to 30% pop on it. So that's Tezzy's. So let's look at some altcoins that look maybe getting some bounces. I'm just going to scan some. So Algo. Well, that was dead on, wasn't it? Okay, so the last Algo update, these are targets buy if this was support was lost, because we did not hold that higher low right there. Let me move this crap out of the way, and that's already bounced about 12%. Okay, so now we got to delete our old notes, because the lower this went, that means that these resistances are now too high for targets. Okay, so I'd be looking, let's just go ahead and bring this up just a little bit high. It'll go up to at least there. So about 4,000 sats, 4,000 Satoshi for Algo. So about another 20% left to go. Look at the daily crossing up there on the MACD. So Algo looks good. And this is what we're going to see across the whole board. We're going to see all of these nice snake downs on the MACDs, and now we're crossing up. So we're going to get some nice big pushes and relief bounces. And then to reset the MACD for the next leg down, they're going to range and chop up here and then come back down. And this will give it a nice reset for the next weekly candle. Okay, same for Atom. These are old notes there, so let's delete those. Okay, touch. Not too shabby. I wouldn't want to expect anything higher on Atom than 55. Man, that might that could do something too. So there's a low, higher low, higher low, consistent higher lows here for Atom. What's the weekly look like? Well, weekly looks like shit. Weekly's still going to go under. So yeah, we could still see a pop up here to that target area, and then the next leg back down to reset it. And I would expect Atom on the next Bitcoin dump to come back down here to test 2,500. And this is where we can probably ladder in some long-term buys. So probably do something like that. That looks about right, because that's practically almost what it did right here. SXP, yeah. Okay, we can look at that while we're here. Oops, not SPX, XXP. Ooh, we're gonna need some more chart history. Where's Qcoin? Right there. All right. I think we had this one updated in the request channel. So look where we hit that support right there. So look where we found our support right here. Now let's look to our left and see where this bounced off of. Off of that high wick, off of this historical support, off of all of this historical support, and all from the listing lows. So that's a very good support flip zone right there. And I think this was in the request channel. That's a big, big drop. It's probably going to need a little bit more consolidation. And then we'll see if it can put in some kind of other high or low structure right there. As long as it holds that flip over $1. I think a lot of us were looking for 80 cents. I think we were trying to catch this bottom wick down here. One of these 3 wicks. I think we were all waiting on 80 cents. So depending on how deep and fast the next Bitcoin dump goes, we might still get that. But as it stands right now, with the MACD pulling up here, RSI trying to pull up, and coupled with flipping that support right there, I think, excuse me, I think that might be a temporary bottom. With the push up to, I think we called 175 to $2, probably somewhere in there. I'm not really sold on it being ready yet though, because there is no candle flipping that seven-day moving average right there, although it's trying to. And the 7-day looks like it's still in a downtrend. So I'm cautious and leery on that one. I saw a bunch of news out today, or a bunch of posting or whatever, on KMD. I think KMD is probably likely still going to catch a nice pop. Still, once again, did not make all-time lows. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at that, if you count candle closes. But if you're counting wicks, we did not break lower than that wick. But again, look at the MACD still trying. But again, the 7-day isn't flopped up yet either. So this may take another few days or something to catch a relief bounce. If this one is going to survive, because for all I know, it could pull an RVN. I'm waiting on the next weekly for... God, what a nasty looking chart. So this is what kind of looks like KMD right now. This is why I'm hoping it doesn't follow down the path of RVN, because this coin was such a disappointment. Big community, big hype, and just a shit coin from hell. Almost rather buy Uniswap coins than RVN anymore. I don't think I'll ever touch this coin again. What a nasty channel. But watch it make like one of the biggest freaking comebacks ever. Don't quote me on this, guys. Please don't play RVN. I'm just making a comparison. I don't plan on buying this, but with a consistent low, higher low, higher low, higher low, I don't want it. I hope KMD doesn't follow down the same path as RVN, because they've actually got like a partnership or whatever with Binance Chain. So let's look at some other Bitcoin pair alts real quick. No new low for ICX. Although I do think it's coming, because the weekly desperately needs a reset there. Okay, so again, 7-day didn't roll over. However, price action is underneath it. So if this rolls on the next weekly, price action still can get a bounce up here to relief bounce, and then come back down for a reset. And then hopefully hold above about 2,800 sats or something. Solid project though. They've been putting out all kinds of updates, partnerships with Korean government. I mean, all kinds of stuff. So really glad to see Icon come back to life. Yeah, I know we all remember this play. That was an absolutely beautiful play. 116%. Let's look at some other big name Bitcoin pair coins and see what they're doing. Well, I mean, I don't know when we last looked at VET, but this was dead on. So we had a buy target, I guess, here at 109. Looks like it hit 3 times, and then a sell target up here at about 146. That looks pretty damn dead on. And this chart pretty well did exactly what that was. I don't remember when we looked at this last, but that played out quite nicely. So this is about what I expect on a lot of these altcoin pairs, guys. So let's compare what we saw on previous alts to these current their MACDs, and look at VET, because they all did the same thing, kind of snake down, and now they're all curling up to get some relief bounces, and this is what I expect all these altcoins to do. So they're going to just consolidate a little bit more, pump up and test the first resistance zone 20 to 30%, and then they're going to pull back down. That's what I expect to see across the board for altcoins. Oh God, I think this next dump on Bitcoin, I don't see VET doing this. That is way too much chop and consolidation. I think the next Bitcoin dump is going to take VET down to about 70 sats. And then as these projects develop more and mass adoption and all that shit comes, they're just going to put in a low, higher low, higher low. So that means the next alt season or whatever, VET should make another all-time high. But I want to see 70 sats first after the next Bitcoin dumps. And that's what the weekly and 2-week is definitely so far saying. So another day. So Sunday we get the next 2-week candles also. So I'll be looking pretty hard at those to kind of gauge what the market's going to look like over the next 2 weeks for those. I really want some Tezzy pump though. I really want this because I want to snag a quick 10x short somewhere up here in this zone for, a 6 to 7% pullback, grab 60-70% profits, and hop out of that after the long. So I really want to long this. Well, we are long currently on Bitcoin pair and US dollar pair. So I want to catch that pop real quick and then short it real quick down to that first support and then hop back out. Quick plays. So if you guys got any requests, go ahead and throw them out there. I'm just kind of scanning right now. I'm just looking to see what some of the big boys are doing. What's another big... what is XLM doing these days? See, XLM on the Bitcoin pair is even going to do the same thing that we just saw. This is what I wanted to show you guys. This is why I think, just like I showed you guys with VeChain, snake down on the MACDs all the way down and to some pretty heavy support zones. Look at this. Here's a higher historical low, higher low, and then now XLM has made another higher low. So this could be the bottom for XLM, and the next Bitcoin dump brings it back down, and then the next alt season or whatever, going to wherever that is. And you could probably draw a trend line on that, and oh my God, look how amazing I am. Hot damn. I totally just guessed where that next spot was going to be because I was just thinking higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. And that was pretty well spot on. Okay, so let's look at sushi. Oops, if I can spell it. We want US dollar pair. I guess Binance. I mean, I don't know who has more chart history. It's FTX? Not really. Okay, so everybody's going to have about the same level of chart history. So I'm assuming, oops, I'm sorry, not FTX. I'm assuming most everybody's going to be trying to play this on Binance. I don't see the hype. I really don't. I mean, this looks flatline dead. The only thing that it's got going for it is it does have a bullish trending OBV. So the on balance volume is trending bull. So I'll give it that. The volume looks like shit. RSI looks like shit. I mean, if you want to really look at that, it is also making higher lows also and just kind of snaking its way up. So it may be due for a pop just because of the indicators trending bullish. So it may, I don't know, may trigger some bots or something to buy. But looks like it didn't test lows below that wick, but if we're counting candle closes, it did make a lower low. So I'm assuming we'll just have to maybe try this off of lower time frames. This is horrible. What a horrible chart. I don't know if Uni probably sapped this coin. Looks like garbage. That's a shitload of chop. I don't know, man. This one's really funky. I think for lower time frames, I mean, looks like the MACD is trying to trend bullish along with those higher time frames on OBV and RSI. So I think this may maybe catch a small pullback and then break this wedge here and catch a pump. I wouldn't expect though anything higher than $1.75. I don't know. Remind me in the morning. I want to see how this shapes up overnight, because right now it's I mean, just across like almost every lower time frame, it looks like shit. Especially even the high time frames. I mean, this is just like really just kind of grinding out that bottom like all altcoins have done after listing. They just slowly quiet, and fade into nothing, and then they just come back to life. So yeah, remind me about this one in the morning. I think overnight this might pull back to maybe test 130 or so. And then I think this could have potential within the next 2 days. I think this could push or so within the next 2 days or something. But right now it just looks like a waste of time. Comp. Ooh, what the hell is that? That's old. Ooh, what happened to this? Well, like everything else. Okay, so we got double tap into support. I can be okay with that one. So daily looks like it needs maybe a little bit more time. Chop around here somewhere and then maybe catch a push. I thought comp was supposed to be like the next big thing or something. It ain't really doing much of anything. Well, unless... So this is going to be a key area here for comp when this catches a bounce. It looks like it is going to pop up, so it does look pretty decent for a relief bounce. But this is going to be key right here around this 185 level. Because of the lack of chart history, two things are going to happen when it hits this level. Either it's going to flip it into support and then it's going to make an all-time high, or it's going to once again use it as a... Oh, you bastard. I'm just grabbing another one. Or once again, it's going to hold that 180 level as resistance, and then it's just going to snake its way back down and likely make a new low. OBV is currently not trending on the bullish side, but the MACD and RSI could still pull up. I still think this might have a little bit more chop in here, but I think it is due for a bounce as long as it can hold above that 125 mark. So from current price, that's about a 30% push. I mean, that aligns with almost every other US dollar pair that we're kind of tracking and following right now. But in the near term, yeah. Okay, so it's trending. OBV on the 8-hour here is trending, so you can see the low, and you can see it just kind of snaking its way up. The MACD is also kind of snaking its way up, so that could catch a nice solid 30% pop up to that 180 mark. So that's going to be key right there for comp. Is that good, Musclehead? Damn. Should have taken that short. We'd be in 20% profit already. I saw the price kind of moving fast up here, and so I was like, man, something's going on. Dang, that would have been a good snag for a short. So I wonder if that means... Oops. Actually, it looks like Bitcoin got a small little push up on this candle so far, while Uni is getting hammered. I don't know if anybody caught that short up there at that top of that triangle, and then saw this rolling over to come under down. That's a good solid 10%. Whether if you had 5x or 10x, that's still really good profit on that short. And that's really all I got, guys. Just a quick update. We're not off to a good start, obviously, on copy trade for Bing Bong. Caught 2 glitches so far. I had an earlier long on the US dollar pair at like 2,130 somewhere, right around here. And then for some odd reason, it closed the long, and it made me reopen it a little bit higher around here, around 216 or something. So I'm not sure what happened to that. And then, of course, my link short did not close at break even like I had it set. So I haven't heard back from Bing Bong support yet. So I doubt anything's going to come of that, and I'm just going to have to eat that loss, even though it was small. But a good solid Tezos pump will make up for all losses so far on Bing Bong copy trade, and turn it into some profit. So that's really all I got. Yeah, it looks like we're going to see a lot of chop between Bitcoin and Ethereum. US dollar pairs, the ones that haven't pumped, I still think are going to catch some pretty decent pushes. And then, let's see, we got 2 days until the next weekly candle. So then we might see some pullbacks on the next weekly candles. I think that'll be the round 2 of some drops. So we'll see. So that's all I got, guys. Just wanted to do something real quick. Looks like a lot of US dollar pairs and Bitcoin pairs are trying to catch those 20 to 30% bounce reliefs before the next leg's down. So be on the lookout for those. And from what we saw on the US dollar pairs that haven't popped on daily time frames yet, we probably could expect that across the board. So like comp here, XTZs is gonna look the same. EOS I think is even gonna look the same. Yeah, so EOS looks the same. So I mean, we're gonna catch some 20-30% bounces across the board, and I expect Bitcoin pairs to follow too. Just some quick scam pump relief bounces. Okay, guys, that's it. Just wanted to do something quick to show you guys what I'm seeing kind of unanimously across the board. So I'm looking for these bounces that we saw on Link, and Link kind of led the way. So I'm looking for everything else to kind of follow within the next 3 or 4 days. All right, thanks, guys.